Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer. Saturday's DRFBets race of the day is the Grade 1 Fourstardave Handicap going a mile on the inner turf at Saratoga. It's carded as race number 9, and I want to remind everybody that existing DRFBets members can get involved in this Weekend Warrior bonus series. You bet $25 on one horse to win in race number 1 at Saratoga and or Del Mar each Saturday and Sunday. You get a $10 bonus, win or lose. You can accrue up to 180 bonus points throughout the meet. Let's throw up the field for the Grade 1 Fourstardave Handicap. You can access free formulator past performances for the Fourstardave on the race of the day event page at DRF.com, and we've rolled back prices for formulator purchases. 10 cards now $39.95. Learn more at DRF.com/FR. Mike Beer, let's take the field in post position order after the folks have downloaded their formulator past performances. We see Weekend Hideaway at 3 to 5. He'll be that price if the race is washed off the turf. He's entered main track only, so we'll begin with the 2, Delta Prince, a beautifully bred son of Street Cry who has always hinted at ability and came off a long layoff to score at Woodbine last time.
Yeah, I mean, there are things to like about this horse in this spot. We'll see what happens with him. If you start going through his PP since they switched him over to dirt at the end of 2016, I mean, where's the time he didn't show up on turf? He's shown up in every one of those races. They tried him in the Baruch last year over yielding ground up here. He was an okay third in that race to Heart. He got a good trip in there. It wasn't quite good enough. It does feel like he took a step forward off the layoff. I don't love the field he beat last time, Dan, but he took a step forward, and he's got a great post for this distance on the inner.
He certainly does, and he's got a little bit of tactical speed, and there are a couple of speed horses that we'll talk about later. He might just tuck in right behind those horses and work out a dream trip under Javier Castellano. Divisadero was cross-entered at Arlington Park. He is going to run here, and I think you like that. I think you like his kick better at these shorter distances.
I do like him going shorter rather than long. I thought the 1.25 miles for the million's probably a little too far for him. This distance suits him well. He's going to have pace to close into in this race. To me, it seems like he's come back fine this year for his new trainer. I don't really have any knocks on Divisadero. I don't love him in this race, but he's also the longest shot on the board on turf. And, he's one of those horses who, at a very big price, I have no problem with anybody who likes him. I thought he ran fine last time. I
agree with everything you say. This horse has earned $1.2 million as a multiple Grade 1 stakes winner, is going to get pace. Anyone that wants to take a shot at him with a price, they got a big opportunity to score. The 4 is Major Look, who's really come back well for Chad Brown. He was always a horse with some potential for Todd Pletcher, but his 2 best races have come since being transferred to Chad. Maybe he just needed to mature as a 4-year-old, a win against optional claiming competition. And then last night I'm out, he got a really nice pace set up, I thought, in the poker. Not good enough against Oscar Performance, who's the morning line favorite in the Arlington Million.
Yeah, no, I agree with all that stuff. I always had a little thing for this horse when Pletcher had him, and it does feel like he's finally starting to find himself. I like both of his races since Chad took over. Listen, he did the best he could do last time. It just happened to be in a race where he was in against Oscar Performance. You know what? Oscar Performance is a really, really good horse, and this horse just couldn't get to him. I think he fits well in this field. I think he'll get a good trip in this race. I think he can get a piece of it. I don't like him that much on top in here, Dan. I think he's facing some really, really good horses in here, but this is a horse I could use somewhere.
The very popular Heart to Heart has won 15 of 36, closing in on $2 million in career earnings. A multiple Grade 1 stakes winner this year whose main game is speed. How much does the presence of Voodoo Song hurt Heart to Heart? Because when Heart to Heart doesn't make the lead, at times he isn't the same Heart to Heart that when he is rambling on a front end.
I mean, it's so true. I mean, when you look at him, it's not like when he doesn't get right to the lead that he doesn't run well all the time. He can still run a good race without the front, but I mean, it just seems like he never wins unless he can control the pace. And with Voodoo Song in this field, it feels like he's not going to be able to just control the pace in here. And I think that really works against him. Maybe at this stage of the game, he's just the best horse in the field. He's a really, really good horse. But I don't like him in races like this where there's other speed involved.
What did you think of that Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile? I thought he ran just fine, chasing a loose leader, tried hard to reel that one in, but again, didn't get it done when unable to control the pace, and that race has not come back strong just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way as you do. I thought he ran fine in there, but it was just another situation where he didn't get to have things his own way, and even though he ran well, he still didn't get it done.
Voodoo Song and Heart to Heart, a combined 6 for 6 lifetime at Saratoga. Voodoo Song has won 4 times at Saratoga, and he looked good at Belmont last time out in the Forbidden Apple. He beat a solid field that day, not necessarily a grade 1 field. Heart to Heart's got to at least make him work. This is the class test for an exclaimer. Linda Rice has done a great job.
Yeah, no, I agree with all that stuff. This horse, you mentioned 4 for 4 up here last summer. He went from 40 claimer to grade 3 winner on the turf last year. He did some really good things. His Forbidden Apple last time was fine. Listen, he got control of that pace. He didn't face a challenge, and he took advantage a little bit in there, but he still ran well. He actually ran better 2 starts back in the poker. That was a contested pace. He was part of it. He was still there at the end. He ran a really big race 2 starts back. And he makes things really hard on Heart to Heart in here. This is a pretty dangerous horse in this race.
And we'll take a look at our top selections for the Fourstardave Handicap, because we agree on the far outside runner. That's the number 7 Yoshida, who won the Turf Classic at Churchill Downs in his first start as a 4-year-old, off a pretty lengthy layoff over a yielding turf course. Bill Mott and the Connections got real aggressive. They sent this horse to Royal Ascot for the Group 1 Queen Anne Stakes. And while this horse finished 5th, I thought he ran really, really well.
I did too. I mean, if you go back and pull the replay of it, I mean, he was still in contention in that race, deep stretch. I mean, he wasn't quite good enough to get there, but boy, he tried hard. He ran really well there. And I thought, all things considered, he backed up his Turf Classic win in a pretty big way last time. I feel like he might have just taken a big step forward as a 4-year-old. I don't think that's a big surprise. He was good at 3. It maybe took him a while. He finally got a graded stakes win late in the year. I think he's come back better this year. I think this is a great spot for this.
I agree. There was a lot of buzz about this horse last year at 3, and for one reason or another, sometimes circumstances, sometimes he wasn't good enough. He never got over the hump in major spots. He got over the hump at Churchill. He ran great at Royal Ascot. I trust Bill Mott to have him ready, and he's going to get some pace to attack. You like Yoshida in here? We kick off a pick 4 on Saturday at Saratoga. Who else are you using?
Well, I'm going to use mostly Yoshida in this race. I could use a little Divisadero at a price and hope he catches the pace to run into. And then if I was going to use one of the speeds, you know, maybe it would be Voodoo Song. It'll be a better price, and he's a real fighter, man. He could put a lot of pressure on Heart to Heart in this race. Should
be a fantastic renewal of the Fourstardave Handicap. I'm going 7-5, 2 and 6. One quick reminder: existing DRFBets members, get involved in this Weekend Warrior bonus series. Bet $25 on one horse to win in race number 1 at Saratoga and or Del Mar every Saturday and Sunday throughout the meet. You get a $10 bonus. Win or lose, you can accrue up to 180 points throughout the meeting. Approximate post time for the Grade 1 Fourstardave Handicap, 5:02 Eastern at the Spa on Saturday. Best of luck.